What's up, everyone? I am Wink.
And I'm Skillz.
And this is Scream Cheese. Today, we are going to talk about the much anticipated film, Longlegs, directed by Oz Perkins and starring Micah Monroe, Nicolas Cage, and Blair Underwood. In pursuit of a serial killer, an FBI agent uncovers a series of occult clues that she must solve to end his terrifying killing spree. So, Longlegs has had like this crazy long marketing campaign. Everybody was super excited about it. I saw it a couple nights ago. Skillz just saw it a couple of hours ago. I will say right off the bat, Skillz, this one we might have some contention on, my friend. But let me know, what'd you think of this movie?
We probably will have some contention, but I think I can see all sides with this movie. So I'll say right out of the gate, this may not be for everyone. And I do have some issues with it, but I gotta say, man, it was pretty awesome. And the reason why I say that is because there's very few movies that really get under my skin. If you stripped everything away from this movie aesthetically, then you can start kind of, really poking at faults in the film. But it is so rare that I watch a film where every single frame, every moment is just like, so we talked about Maxine last week and how great Ty West is at creating the atmosphere of different time periods. I feel like Oz Perkins might be better. And the reason I say that is because this didn't feel like somebody trying to capture a time in the 90s. This felt like I picked up my video camera back then and just started shooting stuff. And then somebody was able to take that, cheap video footage and make it look nice and clean, but it had that feel of that era, just the way that it was shot. The best way I can explain it like this, if I'm talking to somebody that doesn't like the film, which I totally understand, the best way I can put it is, if you've ever had a dream that was so powerful to you, and you start trying to tell somebody about that dream, and you realize as you're saying it, you're not really saying a whole lot of stuff that justifies the emotions that you're feeling, but you experienced that dream, and to you, it was extremely powerful and extremely deep.
Yeah.
Like to your very core. This had that aspect to it. And I just love that. It's so rare that I see a movie today that I don't feel like I'm watching a movie. This took me back to 20 plus years ago, where even if it's flawed, I feel like I'm watching a movie. I'm absorbed in this world that seems like movie magic. It seems like a dream. It doesn't feel like I'm watching actors or watching someone with a camera. So, and there's not a lot I can go into with this movie because, first of all, the plot is pretty basic, but also I don't want to ruin it for anyone that hasn't seen it. I would say that your best bet is to go into this blind like I did. And as far as negatives, I like Nicolas Cage a lot. I feel like there was moments where he went too over the top for the tone of the film, but it's Nicolas Cage, what can you do? I thought the lead actress, Micah Monroe, I really dig her, man. She was great. It was a very minimalist performance. It's a very withdrawn character. I thought she was great in it. What's his name? Blair Underwood, right? He's awesome, dude. He's just great in anything. I forget until I see him again. I'm like, dude, you could put him anywhere. He's one of those actors, to me personally, that just has that certain charisma where as soon as he's on screen and he starts talking, you're just like into him. You're listening to every word he says. He's not over the top, but he's just so good.
Dude, I love this line when he's like, come with me and we'll have a drink. And she's like, I don't drink. And he's like, that's right, you don't drink. Yeah, come with me while I have a drink.
No, I love that too. And then after he has his drink, he gets up and he stumbles. He's like, it's bedtime. It's just, I don't know why that was just funny to me. Like he's a little kid.
His performance was just so good.
Yeah, he's amazing, dude.
Yeah.
But all the performances were good. I'll just end it with I can see somebody totally hating this film. I get that. That could have been me possibly. I can't honestly tell other people this is a great film. But for me, it had that magic that I so rarely see, that tone, the atmosphere. I freaking love that. I'm literally going to buy this when it comes out just so I can watch it on my TV and experience that again. But yeah, so for those reasons, I really liked it. I'm assuming you didn't. So let me hear your take on it.
Yeah, man, I wasn't crazy about it, dude, but I think it's a good movie. Certainly it's a good movie. I see it the same way you do from the other side. This is a movie that I could definitely see why someone would absolutely love it. Like, I'm coming from a position where I was a little bit disappointed by it, but dude, definitely all the pieces are there. I agree with you, like the aesthetic of the movie is so good. I don't know that I've ever seen anything like it. And for some reason, like in the very beginning, it gave me a feeling. It was like palpable and I could feel that magic, but I lost it. Like that feeling went away as we got deeper into the story, where I imagine if I could have held on to that feeling, that kind of nostalgic, hard to put your finger on, like essence of this film, I think it would have had a better impact on me. Everything that I could say negatively is all kind of nitpicky, but it all creates this thing that I just wasn't crazy about. As far as like Micah Monroe, I think she did a great job with the performance, but like her withdrawn nature, which is completely justified based on the script, it is so far gone that I don't believe she could have ever become an FBI agent. She like her scene with the little girl where she's unable to answer anything is like, dude, it felt so super performative in terms of like, I'm gonna show you just how withdrawn and weird I am that I can't answer the most basic questions. Again, she does a good job with it. It's justified by the script, but it requires a suspension of disbelief to believe that anybody's gonna become an FBI agent through this. I don't know. I thought that Nicolas Cage's character was really good. I think that the more we saw of him, the less scary he was. The real teeth of that character is lost once he's not just from the, you know, from the mouth down and like weird effects on his voice. When he's just in the room, it's like, I don't know. But yeah, it didn't have like a crazy good effect on me. I think I have some concerns with some plot things in the very end of the film not really making that much sense to me. I've watched kind of breakdowns of this movie and saw like there's a lot of meaty stuff for them. They can really go in deep and find out what the meanings of things were. Dude, I don't care. I wouldn't go through the trouble of doing all that. And I guess my final thought, all the people I went to see this with, they all seemed to really enjoy it. I didn't enjoy it that much and I felt like kind of the odd man out, but they were talking about the similarities to like Silence of the Lambs. And dude, I get the comparison, but this is barely even a movie compared to Silence of the Lambs. This feels like an art house representation of Silence of the Lambs, not fleshed out in any way, whereas Silence of the Lambs is like a freaking film with like lots of feelings, lots of ups and downs. This feels like the skeleton of an art house version of Silence of the Lambs. It just didn't do it for me, but I feel like it could do it for a lot of other people. Yeah, so if you stripped away that atmosphere that I love so much, then I would agree with all your points. I felt like things weren't completely clear, and I don't mind it being ambiguous. I don't mind when movies do that the right way, but yeah, I feel like it could have been a lot more clear about a lot of things. And I agree with you too, that Micah Monroe, you brought up a good point. I thought the same thing. It's like what you have to go through to become like an FBI agent. She seemed like somebody who is a nice person, but disturbed a bit. And she's probably not mentally the kind of person that they would pick up, especially that young. She seems like she has some type of issues. Now, of course, she has like a certain, I guess, gift or whatever. It's always fuzzy. It was never clear exactly, but I would compare this to something like A Waking Life. I love that movie, and I love that movie because of the atmosphere and the tone, and at the time it was a breakthrough. If you stripped all that away and it was just all live footage, I think I would like things about it, but it would probably be pretty forgettable. And so this film kind of falls into that same category. It was able to evoke emotions in me, not so much on the plot or the story as much as just like this world, you know, this atmosphere, and that was enough for me to like really, really appreciate it. Yeah, also, I didn't know, but Oz Perkins is the son of Anthony Perkins, which is kind of cool when you think about it. But yeah, I enjoyed it. I felt like when I left it that this is going to be a very divisive film, but we'll see. I don't know that it will be. I think the vast majority of audiences are going to like this one based off what I've seen from people. I'll tell you one positive that I haven't mentioned that they like nailed in this movie was the shocking moments of like gun violence. Like every time it happened in the film, it kind of messed you up for a second. The way they did it on every occasion of it, they killed it, dude. Yeah, every time they did it, every single time it was good. There's one like early on. It won't really ruin anything because you don't
won't know when it comes. But, well, even when you're watching it, you're kind of expecting it because the whole tone feels like something like that's going to happen. And still, it like catches you off guard. I mean, I literally saw a guy in front of me put his hands over his face. And not because we haven't seen this a million times, but just Oz Perkins is like really good at taking those moments that you're anticipating to happen, so you're prepared for them, and somehow make them still like surprise you and resonate, you know, after it happened, like you just really saw someone get shot.
Yeah, these moments were like weirdly disturbing for being such like a clean art house representation, just pushing a little bit and being a little bit artistic, and it ends up being kind of disturbing in a really cool way.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, to me, if this would have had like, if the story and plot would have been like done super well, this would have been a masterpiece to me. But there was a lot more I think I wanted with that aspect of the film, but that's how it goes. So
cool. What do you score this one? What's your Scream Cheese-a-meter rating?
it's tough. I want to give it an 8, but I feel like the appropriate score would be a 7.5. But that's a personal score. For me, it was a 7.5 because I had such a great experience with it. I'm guessing yours is going to be like a 2.
Yeah, dude, it's a no. I would give this thing a 6.7. I'm gonna give it. Okay. Yeah. Any other thoughts about it, man?
No, I just realized I feel like the last 10 films we reviewed were, I give the score like a 7.5. I need to do some self-inventory.
Well, let us know what you thought of Longlegs. Is Skillz right? He gets to continue on this channel if he's right. If I'm right, I get to continue on. But it's going to be a one-man show from now on, dude. Only one of us wins this battle royale. I'm just kidding. We both will continue on either way. Also, let us know of any other movies that we should check out and review in the comments section. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and we'll see you next time. Peace out, cheesers.
Peace.